Get to this developing news right now out of Libya. Rebels there now claiming control of most of the capital city of Tripoli, but they are still facing some resistance. As for Libyan leader Mummar Qaddafi, he's nowhere to be found. Rebels tore down a poster of Qaddafi, trampled the picture as they celebrated in the streets. At least two of Qaddafi's sons are now in custody. President Obama saying today that it is time Qaddafi realizes that his time in Libya is over. It has been a decades-long rule there for sure. Joining us right now, Middle East expert Christopher Hinn to analyze this. Christopher, always good to see you.
Thank you, Bob.
Where do you think Qaddafi is?
That's the $64,000
right,
question.
Isn't it?
It is. But, you know, the Middle East mentality is they will hide in their tribes. He's probably out of Libya or out of Tripoli, but I think he's somewhere there, and I think we may see a repeat of the Saddam Hussein era where he may be found in a cave somewhere.
Hiding in a bunker someplace.
Yes.
Okay, so the rebels have thrown Qaddafi out, but who's going in? Who takes over? And explain this Libyan National Transitional Council. What is that?
Well, Mustafa Abdel Jalil is probably the lead on this one, and of course it looks like he knows what he's doing so far. But I think the support from the European Union and the U.S. government and the French, of course, has to remain. The funds are available in their frozen accounts. However, I think we just need to keep an eye on them, because I think if we don't, they may just go astray and just do something totally different, and the supporters of Qaddafi may come back. But I think they need to stand strong and steadfast on this one.
Christopher, we saw this happen in Egypt, and now we're seeing it happen in Libya. What does this mean for this area? Are we seeing it more stable, or is that going to be a while before we actually see real stability in that region?
Well, stability is a good question. I think we're going to see a stability, but it's going to come slow, real slow, and especially in the Middle East. Nothing happens tomorrow. You know, there's no word always say inshallah, you know, or whatever it is. But the point I'm trying to make is that, yes, I think we're going to see a slow process in progress, but I think, as again, we need to remain steadfast. If there's one thing we can do in the U.S., request the return of the Lockerbie bomber back here in the U.S. to be tried here on U.S. soil.
Let me ask you this. One of the problems when you throw out a government is that there's nobody there to keep the lights on and run make sure the water runs out of the tap. Is that going on, or is this a very dangerous time, this transition period?
It is a dangerous time, but again, if the TNC remains in control, and they will maintain, of course, the power and everything else that goes with it. But I think the Arab countries who are supporting already, the UAE, you got Russia now, and you got Egypt, and of course the U.S., and I think we're going to see some progress in that region.
Christopher Hinn, always good to get your insight on that. Nice to have you on board to be able to provide us with your expert opinion on the Middle East. We appreciate it. Thank you. All right.